Ladies and gentlemen, I'm currently working on buying a 4-family investment property for myself. I bought a couple other properties for myself. And let's just talk about investing. It's an extra way, my name's Dave, DNA Realty Group, and we sold 80 units in 2020. And some of them were big multi-million-dollar investments for our clients. And if you think about it, some of these buildings are making $250,000 a year, $100,000 a year. So it's almost like people's incomes, right? And if you have enough of those, as you get older and the debt gets paid down, essentially what you have is $1 million investment business. And that's what the Millionaire Real Estate Investor book talks about. Let's talk about the 4 things you need to know in investing, right? Our goal, it all comes down to this, okay? Our goal would own $1 million. So the goal is to own $1 million, right? Real estate that generates you $1 million. Would that be awesome? Let's listen. Our goal with Own $1 Million was to touch on the complexity of investing without getting lost in it. Surprisingly, all this apparent complexity can remain simple if you keep the right perspective. All the complexity you will encounter in the real estate investment game boils down to trying to accomplish 4 simple things. Okay, so let's get into it. Number 1, getting in for less, little, or no down payment. So you got to have some contacts, right? You got to be already talking to some lenders, some private money people, whoever's going to allow you to get into the property for little or no down payment, right? You would still have to come out of pocket, but you don't want to put all your money up. Number 2, maximizing cash flow, increasing rents and reducing debt service and expenses. So you want to find property where maybe they're rented below market value and you could go in there, clean them up, paint, powder, and you could rent them for a little bit more, right? So you can increase your rents. And number 3, avoiding taxes, reducing or delaying them. So just check your local tax laws. Number 4, increasing return on investment and on equity, right? So how can you increase return on investment? You can do upgrades to the building, right? And you can have it reappraised. Don't let new names for things or more complicated ways of doing them distract or disorient you. Keep it simple, keep your focus, and avoid getting lost in the complexity, right? Your path is straighter than you think. And when it comes to building a real estate portfolio, first you just start talking to some lenders, you figure out where you are, you figure out what you can afford, you see if you could maybe take some equity from your property and put towards a down payment on the new one. And if you do it right, and if you take your time, and if you be learning based and start learning about investing, 30 years from now, your kids, and your future generations' lives will be completely changed. My name is Dave. If you ever need help with investing in real estate, DNARealtyGroup.com.